Zagville, happy Thursday evening. Welcome back to Spokane, Washington. The beautiful night lights are out. The energy jam-packed in the McCarthy Athletic Center. Number 5, Gonzaga, 7-2. They host the Merrimack Warriors tonight here at the McCarthy Athletic Center. AP top 5 looks like this. Purdue and Baylor at the top. They're unbeaten. 8-0. Duke, UCLA right there. And then number 5, Gonzaga, 7-2. Should they be in front of UCLA? Interesting question, isn't it? Great to see everyone again. Greg Heister, Dan Dick, Richard Fox. Okay, guys, tough loss against Duke. Alabama took it to them. Still number 5 in the country. The sky's not falling, is it?
No, it's definitely not. And you show me another team across the country that's going to play this schedule. Gonzaga, notorious, playing anyone, anywhere. They've done it again yet this year. With this young, inexperienced roster, I think they're going to learn a lot about themselves than already have.
And Richard, you got to value the basketball, right? Every possession, they got to get back to that core value.
Yeah, they do. And look, let's start with the good. Despite losing 2 of the last 3 games, this is still a very efficient group offensively. Second, according to Ken Palm, second in the country in field goal percentage. They just have to get back to making some simple plays offensively. Over the last 3 games, they've averaged 15 turnovers a game. Teams have scored 20 points off those turnovers. With comparison, the first 6 games of the year, only 12 turnovers a game, giving them 12 points off those turnovers. You've got to value the ball. Sometimes just about getting back to basics, it's getting simple on the offensive end. I think we'll start seeing that here tonight.
And that begins and ends with Andrew Nembhard, right? Remember, the UCLA game looked like the greatest point guard on the planet. Needs to get back to that form.
Yeah, and I'm sure he will. I know Coach Few's got a ton of confidence in him, as do his teammates. He'll get there, but that UCLA game, as you mentioned, was spectacular. 24 points, 6 assists against a great UCLA defense. Controlled the pace of the game, made all the right decisions. The last 3 have struggled a little bit. Teams are really focusing in on guarding him in transition, as well as pick and roll. I'm sure he will bounce back. Hopefully it's tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Zags and the Washington Huskies will not play on Sunday. More on that in a moment. This now the final warm-up before the Zags take on a very tough Texas Tech team. Starting lineups, the tip-off when we come back live from the McCarthy Athletic Center. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Spokane, Washington, home of the 5th-ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs. And we are ready for game number 10 on the schedule for the Zags. Gonzaga now 7-2. Starting lineups brought to you by Numerica Credit Union. Pay bills, deposit checks, and access your accounts 24/7 with digital banking at Numerica Credit Union. And lineups look like this. Jordan Minor leading the Warriors in scoring about 14 points a game. Strother, Nembhard, Bolton, Timmy, and Chet Holmgren, the starting 5 for Gonzaga tonight. Joe Gallo, the Warriors head coach. He was 3 years as an assistant, 3 years as a head coach with the Warriors. He's been with the team when they were Division II. Now they've walked into the Northeast Conference, and they are a Division I basketball program 3 years in. Mark Few, of course, you guys know him. 83% of his games that he coaches, he wins. Okay, here's the keys to the game brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino.
Well, look, I love a good theme, so I'm going to stick with take care of the ball. This is a Merrimack team that turns teams over 17 times a game. It's a nice test tonight for GU after struggling in the last 3 games with the turnovers. Let's see how they do tonight taking care of the ball.
Well, I wanted to say rebound, but I decided to say push the pace. Merrimack plays at a very slow pace. They only average about 55 points per game themselves. But pay attention closely to their defense. They're exclusively zone. They'll get extended like Syracuse and really gamble at the top, trying to create turnovers, get the other way.
And there's a turnover. Chet Holmgren saves it, feed to Timmy. Drew, up and through.
Well, near turnover from Timmy, or excuse me, from Holmgren, which has been a little bit of a problem, but you like the fact that he didn't give up on the play. He ended up coming up with a loose ball.
All right, the Warriors, this is Reed, a quick 3. Holmgren, the rebound. Here's Andrew Nembhard, number 3. Julian Strother, a talented sophomore. Julian will fire the three. And the long rebound goes to Malik Edney.
And that's the temptation against this zone, is you're going to get those types of looks from three early in the possession. Take a little bit more time in that shot clock, try to search out something better.
And that shot for three is off. Strother the rebound. Gonzaga back in business, up 2-0. Timmy, high-low, Chet Holmgren. Chet has hit better than 80% of his field goals inside that three-point line to start this year.
Yeah, it's a crazy number.
It's pretty good.
You're going to see a lot of clock taken off of each possession from Merrimack. They do a nice job misdirection and playing deep into the clock. And they try to get breakdowns defensively.
And Reed short on that shot. Holmgren the rebound. Here's Strother picked up his dribble. And now Andrew Nembhard. He fires away. That's long. And the long rebound won by Mikey Watkins. Mikey, a senior out of Rossell, New Jersey, number 5. And Ziggy Reed, number 23, watched by Drew Timmy. Reed down the paint. Into the corner. And a whistle. And a foul called.
And you can see right away the pace. Merrimack's going to play only 57 points a game. They're going to take their time offensively and use the clock. You've got to be patient defensively for GU. Don't gamble. Force them to shoot over the top.
And then the turnover there. And a chance for Bolton. And a foul called. And Rozier will go to the free throw line.
And I know part of it was push the pace as a key. But it's going to be more difficult than expected because Merrimack sends 4 guys back in defensive transition. 1 guy goes to the glass. Everyone else gets back.
They only have 63 offensive rebounds in 10 games. They're not interested in trying to compete on the offensive glass. It's a great point, Dan. They're going to get back and force you to try to rather score against that zone.
Yeah, and a lot of pushing the pace is also in the half court. Quick decisions, getting ball reversals, quick decisions with the basketball. When you have your opportunity, let it fly. If not, move it to the next guy.
Bolton strips it away. Another chance, 2-on-1 for the Zags. Bolton, Strother lay-in.
Beautiful basketball in transition. And we've said it on a number of broadcasts, but Bolton has been almost turnkey in that backcourt. A really great addition.
He's just so steady with the ball. 9 turnovers on the year. Does a good job knocking it down. 43. Check that 46% from the three-point line. He's been as good as advertised.
Shot from the elbow, up and good by Ziggy Reed, the junior from Baltimore.
Wow, that was a tremendous move. Had Drew Timmy spinning all sorts of ways.
Nembhard, his second attempt from downtown. That one is short. Rebound battled for by Jordan Minor and Chet Holmgren. Minor winning that battle.
3 of the first 5 shots from GU behind the arc. And relatively early in the clock.
Watkins into the lane. A little runner goes, 6-4.
And those threes a lot of times can be fool's gold, especially early in the game or early in a possession. I was at practice yesterday as Timmy gets the nice finish with deep post possession, but Coach Few's message was, look, we know they're going to play zone. We have to find open areas on the court, get the ball moving quickly, and we can't settle for threes in particular early in the clock.
Zags have hit 3 of their first 6 shots. Holmgren, another block. His 36th this season. He averages 3.89 blocks a game.
You have teams in the country that don't even average 3.9 blocks a game.
He's going to get a bunch tonight. Their tallest player is 6'8".
Occasionally we'll see a little 3-quarter court, kind of an annoyance press from Merrimack where they really just want to eat up some clock, and now you're getting into your offense against their zone at 20 on a shot clock or so.
And Coach Gallo called it a fake or a phony press. And Chet Holmgren, there's your offensive rebound tip jam.
Well, sometimes in a zone you expose that backside. Chet Holmgren took advantage.
And a shot for three is short, but a foul called. And I think feet were on the line by Edmeade, so just 2 free throws when we come back. Gonzaga off to a 10-4 start. They've hit 4 of their first 8 shots. Merrimack is battling. Ziggy Reed the bucket there. Holmgren crashing the glass on the other end.
Welcome back to the McCarthy Center. Gonzaga up 10-4 here early. Obvious trivia question of the night. Tonight's fan trivia question is brought to you by Arby's, your delicious neighborhood meat crafter. That sounds good. Stop by Arby's today. Arby's, we have, that means how many consecutive weeks have the Zags been ranked in the AP poll? 52, 37, 100, or 115 weeks? We'll get that to you a little bit later on.
Well, thanks for reading that, Richard.
Thank you. It's I can read. It's just nice to confirm that every once in a while.
Well, Greg was having some technical difficulties. Hopefully he'll be back in just a second.
Hey, listen, I have enough of my own difficulties. Those were not my technical difficulties. I'm just trying to fit in around here.
I like doing those reads. Can I do some more?
You're very professional at it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Here's Malik Edmeade, the sophomore from Deer Park, New York, at the free throw line. Makes it a 10-5 ball game.
You know, unique thing about this Merrimack ball club is 3rd year in Division I. Joe Gallo told us earlier today that he has guys that he recruited basically thinking they were going to be a Division II basketball player, and now they're playing against a top 5 team in the country at the Division I level. They play Gonzaga here tonight in a great setting, and then they go to Indiana right after this, another one of the great venues in college basketball.
Drew Timme to the free throw line.
Drew's done a nice job.
Followed by Ziggy Reed.
And I apologize. Drew's done a nice job tonight. He's put the ball on the deck, but he's gone. In other words, it's been a quick dribble right into a move. I think at times, and it's difficult to criticize a guy who's this good, but sometimes you start seeing that kind of pound the rock a little bit, trying to back a guy down. He's been very decisive tonight.
Michael Deering, a junior from Boston, Massachusetts, on the floor for Merrimack. Timme makes it a 12-5 game. Drew with 6 points. Hunter Salas, number 10. 2 freshmen on the floor for Gonzaga. Here's Reed. Rozier Bolton trying to fight through the screen. Now he's chasing the switch. Devin Jensen. And Minor for 3 is long. Bolton the rebound. Good Zags defense.
Oh, they missed. Holmgren on a quick, easy seal. Nembhard reversed it a little too quick.
And Coach Hughes telling Timme the same thing. You've got Holmgren right there. If you can see his numbers, deliver the ball.
As a post player like yourself, how frustrating was it when you had a deep seal and an angle and the ball would get reversed the other direction?
I would say something about that, but if you understand sometimes is you see the tough layup inside from Watkins. Sometimes you're in a play and the ball's going to keep moving. But yeah, as a post player, if I'm working to get good position, deep position, and I'm showing you my numbers, give me the ball.
Let's give Watkins some credit on that finish a moment ago. Did you see how high he threw that?
Right
over the top of Holmgren. Transition 3 is off. Holmgren battling for the rebound. Minor won it. Put back goes. 12-9.
Minor, their leading scorer on the season. The last 5 games, he's been tremendous. 18 points, nearly 9 rebounds per game. He is going to be a handful in the Northeast Conference.
Here's Hunter Salas, and now Bolton. Rozier, that's a deep 3. And rebound knocked out of play, remains with GU. Here comes Anton Watson, Nolan Hickman. Bolton and Holmgren out for GU.
You see Minor working on the glass. Misses the initial bunny, but sticks with it. Does a good job. Last 2 years, Minor's averaged nearly 3 offensive rebounds a game. That's a bit down this year, but he's got that in his bag, attacking the offensive glass.
Timme trying to go to Watson there, but Jensen
shoot it.
You filled the lane. Jensen fires the 3. Hunter Salas up high for the rebound. Outlet to Hickman. Here's Nembhard. Watson. And now Nolan Hickman. 15 feet away. Salas on the weak side. Putback goes.
Love it. I love everything about that possession. Get it to the nail. And then Hickman, who's been shooting it pretty well as of late. Shot fake, one dribble, pull up. A lost art in the game of basketball at times, in my opinion. And then Salas on the glass.
Great anticipation there by Andrew Nembhard. And I just heard in my ear there from the great Chauncey Jones that Purdue has now fallen from the list of unbeatens.
Who'd they lose to?
Lost at the buzzer against Rutgers.
Rutgers, huh?
Rutgers.
Wow. The Big Ten. I wonder if they're going to have a bunch of teams in the tournament and then stumble again this year.
Watson the steal. Here's Hunter Salas waiting for help.
Nice job from Salas, just a jump stop there.
Here's Timmy. Salas fake the three into the corner. Nembhard, no look. Watson the flush from the baseline. And there we see Andrew Nembhard.
You beat me to it. That was Andrew Nembhard vision against UCLA, but Watson, nice finish. He played really well against Alabama.
He did. Duke as well. 3 games back. That's the best possession so far tonight for GU. The ball was swung, quick decisions. Leads to the easy 2.
Number 31, Justin Connolly on the floor for the Warriors. He's got the ball now. Reed buries the 3 over Watson.
Half his shots, over half his shots come from behind the arc. Struggling this year, 21%. That's a big bucket, though, for Merrimack. If they get anything behind the 3-point line, that's a huge benefit.
Ziggy Reed with 5, Watson inside. Through Timmy. And he is fouled. 11:21 to play here in the first half. Purdue losing to Rutgers 70-68 the final. Watson the flush. Zags up by 4, 16-12. Well, it seems only fair. Richard read the question. He ought to do the answer.
Here we go, folks. I know everyone's been waiting to find out. It's 100 weeks. The Zags have the longest active streak in the nation. Greg, that means the entire United States of America.
Wow. I didn't realize that.
Give me the next one, please.
That's pretty amazing, though. The second place team is like at 42.
Yes.
I mean, it's not even close.
It's unbelievable to see what
and
this
look at this. Rutgers beat him in a half-court shot, we're being told. Ron Harper Jr.
He had 30 points.
Wasn't Ron Harper the poor man's Michael Jordan back in the day?
No, he was Michael Jordan's
Seton
teammate.
Hall.
I think everybody struggled with that guy, Michael Jordan.
Seton Hall beat Texas, guys, 64-60. But that game on the road for the Longhorns, too. So they've got a couple of losses, but they lost here and now at Seton Hall.
I think we're going to have one of those years when you don't want to be ranked #1 because
there's
so much parity. Well, of course you want to be ranked #1, but I'm saying it's kind of that curse. You get ranked #1 and you get knocked off.
Nembhard from 17. It's like the Wheaties box curse or the Madden curse.
Wheaties box curse? I've never heard of that one.
Well,
it exists.
Trust me, Dan.
Trying to get dragged down a rabbit hole.
No, you just got to get out of bed a little earlier. There's Connolly. Spins on Timmy. Jensen backdoor cut. Deflection out of bounds by Timmy. Well. Gosh, college basketball. Fantastic, isn't it? Just fantastic, Dan. Any given night.
A lot of great storylines this season.
Zags 7 of 9 inside the arc as that one falls off for Jordan Minor. But they're 0 for 4 from 3. I say throw it inside.
Well, Merrimack 30% from the 3-point line. That is not an area of strength. Timmy, just a simple play. Pivot. Little kind of mini jump hook / floater. I like the fact he's not relied on the bounce to get into a shot tonight.
You say a simple play. Go out and try that and see how many in 10 you make.
Well, he makes it look simple.
so
No,
easy.
that's a fair point.
And the battle at midcourt. Battle ensues. Taken away by Watson. Salas trying to keep possession. It'll go to Merrimack.
But you love that effort. Multiple bodies on the floor. Watson, Timmy, Salas.
Love the effort. Salas can't keep it in. We have an injured Warrior. There's Mikey Watkins trying to fight through the pain right now. And he'll make it his way over to the bench. He'll be back. I can already tell. He's from Roselle, New Jersey. He's got a little hockey in him. I can tell. I can tell by looking at him.
Famous comment.
He'll be back. He'll be back. I love that guy.
As long as we're not talking about sweat tonight, I'm good.
There's Jordan Minor at his best. Minor now with 4. He's 2 of 7. Oh, boy. Here's Watson, Drew Timmy. High-low game working for the Zags tonight. And Timmy will shoot free throws.
You know, it's a subtle play, but Watson gets the ball at the top of the key. Simple ball fake, as if he's going to continue swinging the ball. It just shifts that defense enough. It makes it a much easier pass inside to Timmy. That defense is already rotating.
Drew Timmy. So good. And Watkins checking right back in. I told you. Got a little right wing in him.
I believe it. You can see the hockey, like you've got like a radar.
It oozes from him.
You have a radar for the hockey gene. Yep.
I put him on the right wing.
You know, Dan, have you noticed he's never described us as having hockey in us?
Well, Richard, you'd have to be the goalie.
Nothing's getting by him.
Dan not nearly tough enough. We know that.
Well, you saw my hockey highlight from a couple of years ago.
Watson guarding the ball, and now Strother. Edmead with a drive. Got all the way in. And Julian Strother calling for his second personal foul.
See how methodical Merrimack is. And Edmead coming off a nice game against Brown. 18 minutes, 16 points. Really efficient, 5 of 10. And he's really improved from the three-point line. Last year, really, you just had to defend his drive. This year, shooting better than 33% from 3.
Edmead, a 69% free throw shooter. Got the start tonight. Normally, Mike Caldering starts at that position, but Joe Gallo told us he wanted a couple of point guards in this game. Let me ask you guys this question. Alabama beat Gonzaga with a lot of guards on the floor. We're going to see more of that this year. Force Coach Few to make a choice. Do we put Holmgren and Timmy on the floor together, or what will we see?
I think a lot of that is how college basketball is trending as Watson gets himself fouled in the free throw line. The best Gonzaga teams in years past have played 2 point guards, 2 ball handlers, decision makers, guys that can shoot it, pass it, create for others and themselves. But what you're seeing is a lot of teams are going to the extreme, like Alabama. They'll play 4 guards, space the floor, attack you off the bounce. Their whole goal, Alabama's, was get into the paint for a layup. If the defense collapses, kick it to an open shooter. If the defense rotates quick, put the defense in swing rotation situations until you get an open 3. It just so happened Alabama got hot in that first half. Shackelford, I mean, 28 points on the night. He was
smoking
impressive.
Yeah.
And then J.D. Davidson, the freshman. I mean,
a career night, basically.
Career night, 20 points. He is not known as a 3-point shooter right now. Gonzaga played him as a driver, and he hits 4 threes.
Yeah, 25% going into that game.
And I think if you play that game again, I don't think Gonzaga changes their coverage on J.D. Davison.
Hickman off the front.
But I would say they would change their coverage on Shackelford as far as finishing out the scouting report. Guys were there, but they weren't there. You have to truly be there against a great shooter.
Look, make your free throws. You missed 6, the front end of 6 1-and-1s as Timmy off another nice dime from Watson makes the layup. They missed 6, the front end of 6 1-and-1s. You turned it over 15 times and led to 20 points off those turnovers. make your free throws, cut your turnovers down by 5, you probably win that game.
Yeah.
Probably. I think they do. Minor with a drive on Timmy. And now a chance for 3. Number 1 on Drew Timmy, 25-18. Zags defense, and man, what a season Anton Watson's having for the Zags. Love that guy.
We are back at McCarthy Center. We had a bit of a game here. Gonzaga up 7 here in the first half. And let's take a look at Primera coverage of the game. Gonzaga coverage of the game is brought to you by Primera. Primera proud partner of Gonzaga Bulldogs. And you see the dime from Nembhard and the nice finish from Watson.
No, so see, Richard, if you're going to do the read, you hand it off, right?
See, I don't know. You got to teach me this.
You don't do the read and then the analysis, you don't get it all.
Okay, that's next read. Next read, I'll read it. And now, do you actively hand it off or just stop talking?
Listen,
and someone else? I don't.
Dickow gets paid per minute or per word, right?
Oh, okay, my bad.
Like, he just
then I better start
cash.
talking tonight.
Just cost him money.
Yeah, you just cost him cash.
Next read, I'm going to be better.
Listen to how critical he is.
I appreciate. Hey, I like getting coached.
And what do you mean
I'm
next
coachable.
read? That was your chance,
Oh, man.
Anyways, made the comment that I think Anton Watson's having a great year. He's got 3 points, 3 steals, a rebound in this game. It's been solid.
He has.
Winning
Look,
plays.
he's tied for second on the team with 23 assists. He's done a decent job not turning it over. 11 steals on the year. He's become the player I think the 3 of us thought he'd be. Versatile, can do a little bit of everything. He's not going to be a scorer, but for the most part, he just makes those winning plays.
And the turnover. And Watson now 1 of 6 from that 3-point line, but talking to Coach Few coming into the season, Antoine made a huge jump in the offseason. No, shooting the 3. I'm telling you. Before the season's out, he's going to start burying the 3-point shot.
Okay.
And Holmgren another block.
I mean, you think you're by him at the rim, and he just extends and comes up with a block shot.
Oh, and Holmgren running the floor. Another offensive putback. He's really good, too.
There's lots of those really good players.
And another block by Holmgren, his 3rd.
I think if Holmgren can just get a little bit better defensively. Oh, man. Just.
I sense some sarcasm there.
Yes,
Richard.
yes. It's subtle, but it's there.
Jordan McCoy with the inbound right in front of us. 6:35 to play in this first half. Shot for 3. That's off the front of the rim by Jordan Minor. Another chance for Andrew Nembhard. Nolan Hickman. Here's Anton Watson. Double team. Bolton. Catch by Holmgren. A lot of contact down there. And a foul inside. Good time to talk about the fact that the game against the University of Washington, gentlemen, has already been canceled on Sunday. Washington experiencing some COVID issues. They've not played a few games now. So what does that mean for Gonzaga is now their next game? They've got, I don't know, I think it's 10 days off now before they play Texas Tech.
Yeah, Texas Tech has a chance. They may be ranked. They just beat Tennessee as Watson misses the 3. But, you know, it's a regional game that I think creates a lot of excitement. UW not as good as they have been in years past, but they definitely get excited to play the Zags. I know our friend Eldridge Ricasner was getting ready to fire off some interesting text messages. If Eldridge is listening to this game, you're welcome.
There you see on December 18th they'll play Texas Tech before taking on Northern Arizona. Dun, dun, dun. That's
The Lumberjacks.
North, that's north of
The Grand
big time
Canyon.
Arizona.
Is that north or south of the Grand Canyon?
Oh my gosh. Watson missing that shot there.
Stumped him.
No, I've been to both. I've actually been to Flagstaff. I've been to the Grand Canyon, Dan. Why don't you use your little Google machine there and look it up so you can know?
I was asking you.
8-point game. Watkins with a drive off the glass. Nice finish.
Second tough finish of the night from Watkins. Watkins 5'11". Still finds a way to finish around the bucket.
Told you he's tough. Watson couldn't catch it cleanly. Great feed, Holmgren. And Chet going back to the free throw line. Actually, these are his first free throws of this game. Let's take a look at what we just saw by Watkins.
Watkins, just a nice rip through. Able to finish through a little bit of contact, get the ball off the glass. He's had a nice first half. 6 points as Watkins.
How do you defend that play better?
Well, when you're guarding up top, you have to influence or force one direction. He's obviously a right-handed driver. He's gone right and multiple times. You would think you would influence and force him to the left and have help ready to go in the gaps. But the thing is Watkins quick. He's shifty. He started at the 2 the last couple of years. This year he's playing more of a point guard role for Merrimack. So he's got that scorer's mentality when openings show up for him.
And guys, Zags 8 of 10 from the free throw line tonight. If they would have shot at this rate against Alabama, they win that game.
Yeah, the Alabama game was lowest free throw percentage they've had since 2015 when taking over 25 free throws. So just an off night. I mean, sometimes you just don't play well.
Night. Yeah. Holmgren, great catch. Can't finish.
I'd like him just to take the first one.
Yes.
There's no reason to put the ball on the floor. No one's going to bother your shot.
And again, Watkins and Hickman get tied up. And a foul called on Mikey Watkins.
So right here, just that's the shot.
Yes.
Just take the shot. Minor's not going to bother you, and then you put it on the floor. That allows the defender to get physical with you, and that help to come down. I think sometimes he just puts the ball on the floor too often.
Why does he shoot it with one hand? Why doesn't he just?
Well, it's almost as if he was caught between a jump shot or a hook.
Yeah.
You got, pick one, but I like that little, 15-footer forearm.
Well, that's the soft spot in most zones. That nail area, catch, turn, face. They don't close out, just as you mentioned, shoot over the top. He's a good enough shooter that is a horse shot for him with defense not there.
9-point Gonzaga lead. Nolan Hickman now with 2 points.
Hickman played well. Back home in front of his friends and family in Seattle. 9 points against Alabama.
He's been good all year.
Yes.
And he's playing more and more. And quite frankly, I think having him on the floor really helps us. You see Jensen knock down the 3. It really helps Nembhard having Hickman on the floor, because more so than Bolton, Hickman has more of those point guard qualities.
Yes.
Hickman, deep 3. And a foul on the rebound inside. I believe this is on number 14, Jensen. Warriors hanging in, aren't they? 30-24, 3:50 to play, first half. Jensen, the 3-bomb. Back in a moment. Welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center. Let's take a look at who the Warriors are. They're from North Andover, Maryland, founded back in 1947. 5,400 students out of the Northeastern Conference. I'm sorry, not Maryland, but Massachusetts. It would say MD if it was Maryland. It's been a long year. Heiser's not quite in midseason form yet.
Well, how long do we have to wait? Come on.
Exactly.
This is what, game 10?
Hey, Greg, you've been great. You're doing good.
Well, what a transition. Coach Gallo told us on the phone today. He said 3 years ago to the day, they were playing a Division II game in front of 27 fans. Now tonight they're sold out McCarthy Athletic Center. He said he loves his program. There's challenges being in its infancy in Division I, but he's really happy to be there. He likes the progress they've made.
And really, it was the question, Coach, how did you sell to your kids coming to the McCarthy Athletic Center, one of the hardest places to play in all of college basketball, to face number 5? And he brought up that example. It was a great answer, wasn't it? Well, it's that or playing in front of 27 people. Oh, well, that makes sense. I enjoyed our conversation today with Joe Gallo. Energetic guy. Hanging in there right now against number 5 Gonzaga. They force 17 turnovers a game, and 76 points is the most that they have allowed all season long. Zags with 32. Here's Reed. Free throw line jumper is off. Bolton clears it. Bolton backing up.
Getting back in defensive transition and getting into a zone is very difficult. They do a tremendous job of doing just that and taking away opportunities.
Love the catch by Drew Timme down there.
Great hands.
Yeah, great catch.
His footwork, his ability to catch balls in traffic.
He does a nice job of just holding his position. Conley can't do anything with him. He let the ball come to him. In other words, he didn't release that contact and go get the ball. He let the ball come. He already had the position he wanted. Gets himself to the line.
And Drew dialed in at the free throw line tonight. He's 5 of 5 in this game. And he's, for the season, came in at 65%, 39 of 60. He's a better free throw shooter than 65%.
Oh, without a doubt. You know, he worked diligently in the offseason to expand his range to the three-point line, but yet to this season he hasn't been able to show it, only 1 of 8. But, you know, he's such a unique and great player on the low post. Sometimes people look at perceived warts in your game, want you to work on them, but why go away from your strengths when they're so dominant?
Watson, Timme, another catch. And off the glass.
Just a quick dribble, gets over that left shoulder, and Watson with another nice delivery from that high post. He's been really good here in the first half.
Timme, 2 points from his single game average. He's got 16. And a big time collision there. Anton Watson. All the winning plays for Gonzaga. Foul called on Jordan Minor.
I'm not sure about this one, boys.
That's 2 big dudes right here, though. Bang.
That is not.
I'm with Richard.
That's
not.
I like Anton Watson, but
that's not an offensive foul. That's a block.
That's a great call.
Come on.
Some people would call you a homer, Greg.
Well,
if you're calling.
They got to get rid of that, man.
I've never seen an official change his mind. That was a great call. 2:15 to play. And the turnover. Turnover number 7 by Gonzaga. Baseline jumper short from Jordan McCoy. And now Timme leads the break. Nembhard, Bolton from 17. Roger Bolton now with 4 points, his first field goal.
Oh, great lift fake, and then just one dribble to create space. Lost art.
Timeout called. Buck 47 to play here in the first half. Gonzaga on an 8-0 run. And now Merrimack has not scored in better than 2 minutes 22 seconds. Seen enough tonight, gentlemen? I think there's this perception out there, and maybe it's because they started the season as the #1 ranked team. You get the #1 ranked recruit. Everybody's talking about national championship, including Dandy Dan Dickow, and our craziness in the kennel brought it up right away. I'm just wondering where the expectations were set so high. A lot of new faces, a lot of new chemistry, 3 guards to the NBA. This is a work in progress still.
It is. They're ranked #1, and they've got these lofty expectations, but they also have lofty goals. They're not going to tell it to you, but they do have goals of a national title. But with the youth that they have, if you thought they were going to go through undefeated, you're crazy, because they're going to have games where they make mistakes. Now the fact is, how do they learn from those mistakes and gain experience from those? I think we're seeing a great approach tonight after losing against Alabama.
And mistakes are one thing, Richard. Chemistry is another. That takes time to develop. And that's what's always been here at GU, is incredible chemistry.
Yeah, but look, they've got a good culture here. That's here every year. You know, there's a lot of moving pieces every year. I think they're also having to play a bit differently this year with how dominant Timmy is, the insertion of Holmgren into what they're trying to do as Greg has checked in the game and Watkins gets around him. I think the young guys have been fine, to be perfectly honest with you. I think they have done what they've needed to do. They're only going to keep getting better. I think that the adjustment as Hickman turns it over is for some of these older guys now having bigger roles, Nembhard being one of them, is just learning how to play with in those new roles. That's just going to take time.
Connolly fouled by Ben Gregg. Chance for three for Connolly with 58.1 seconds to play here in the first half. 10-point game.
A little turnover kind of leads here to controlled transition opportunity, and Gregg with some bad luck here on back-to-back possessions gives up a couple tough layups around the rim.
Connolly, a senior from Melrose, Massachusetts. 6'7", 210, three-point play, 9-point game. Drew Timme leading Gonzaga with 16. Anton Watson with 5. Holmgren with 5. Rajier Bolton with 4. There's a host of Zags with 2, and there's 2 more for Timme. He's got 18.
Got fouled going up too. But again, one dribble, I get right into my move.
A perfect 6 of 6 from the field, 6 of 6 from the line as well.
10 seconds difference between the two clocks. James Berry, number 13 on the floor for the Warriors. Reed, handoff. Edmead, 6 on the shot clock. Trying to get to a soft spot, missed the jumper. Watson the rebound. Zags with plenty of time.
Nice pass.
What a great pass to Drew Timme, and who is it?
Anton
Number 22,
Watson.
Anton Watson. Edmead at the horn. And the big bucket quiets the crowd for the moment. 42-31, gentlemen, our score at the half. You hate giving that up right before the half, don't you?
Yeah, but look, all in all, you're 14 of 20 inside the arc. The three-point shot still isn't there for GU, but a bit better taking care of the ball. And I love the fact they've gotten to the line 16 free throws down. They've made 14 of those.
Another look at Malik Edmead. 16 feet. Edmead with 5 points in that first half. Watkins led him with 8. Minor with 7. Zags for the half, 14 of 26 from the floor. Out rebounded the Warriors 22-10. Gonzaga turned it over 8 times. They lead by 11 after the first 20 minutes. We're at the half at McCarthy Athletic Center. A lot to come your way when we come back. And you're back at the McCarthy Athletic Center. We're at the half between number 5 Gonzaga and the Merrimack Warriors. 42-31 our score. Greg Heister, Dan Dickau, and Richard Fox. And guys, Drew Timme, another big first half for him. He's kind of the definition of an easy bucket, right? When you need an easy one, throw it to Drew. And it oftentimes isn't easy. He's just so gifted that it looks easy.
What makes him special are lots of things, but one of the things I love about his game is he does so much of his work before the ball ever gets there. And we've really seen that tonight. Just good position, makes himself available, and he's done a really good job of being decisive on his catches tonight. It's been no more than one dribble right there. No need to put the ball on the floor. Just turn right into that jump hook. He's done a good job in transition. And he always finds the glass. How often do you see a post, a big, who tries to work around the rim without using the glass? Rarely do you see Timme do anything that isn't off the glass. He's very, very efficient with that.
Well, I guess efficient is the right word, right? He hasn't missed a shot. He's 7 of 7 from the field.
Perfect from the free throw line.
6 of 6 from the free throw line, 20 points. Perfect night, very efficient. And his field goal percentage, Dan, is going up after a first half like that. It's already at 60%. So Gonzaga up by 11 at the half. Is that enough? Like, everybody relax with an 11-point lead? Like, again, we're talking perception, right? Merrimack, not a powerhouse.
No, not at all. You've got to give Merrimack a lot of credit. The style that they play with exclusively zone, make or miss, and extending a little bit of being aggressive, with the ball is giving Gonzaga some problems. They do have 8 turnovers in that first half.
Yeah, look, Merrimack's going to try to choke off the fast break. They only send one guy to the offensive glass, so it's hard to score in transition. So you've really got to work in the half court.
All right, more from the McCarthy Athletic Center when we come back. The Gonzaga Halftime Report is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino. Join us at Coeur d'Alene Casino for a mouth-watering steak dinner, hampering spa treatment, or the hottest games around. Coeur d'Alene Casino, a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. Coeur d'Alene Casino, welcome home. And welcome back. We remain at the half, 42-31 the score. Guys, the numbers that are really jumping at me right now. Last 2 games, Gonzaga was 27 of 49 from the free throw line, 55% in those combined 2 games. Tonight they're 14 of 16, 87.5%. And the defense is going to work, creating some turnovers, some runouts. Gonzaga, we've seen them in transition tonight.
They've gotten out in transition, but it's been based off of defense. Hunter Salas, I think he's done a tremendous job as a freshman, accepting the challenge of not being a scorer, but doing it on the defensive end. That time, hounding the ball handler. And looky here, Drew Timme slowly running the floor, getting the finish in transition. But Chet Holmgren, when you think you're by him, you're really not because of his length. He gets the block shot, he runs the floor, follows things up, and usually when you put extra effort on the defensive end, good things happen on the offensive end of the floor.
Chet Holmgren, 3 blocks in that first half. You see the shooting percentage. Free throw numbers are spectacular. 22 rebounds. All Gonzaga in those numbers, guys. When you look at the other stats, you think they'd be up by 20.
Well, part of its pace, you know, the number of possessions you have there in the first half, given how slow Merrimack's going to play. But I think you're right. Other than those turnovers that we don't see there, 8 turnovers, it was a fairly clean half. And despite going 0 of 6 from the three-point line, they didn't settle for those shots consistently. They did a nice job finding good opportunities inside the three-point line.
Those first half stats brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino. More when we come back. Look at that shot. Nice job, Tom Holmberg. .32-31 our score as we get ready to start the second half. The Zags led by Drew Timme. Perfect 7 of 7, 6 of 6 from the line, 20 points. Second half, we're back in 2. And welcome back to the world famous McCarthy Athletic Center, home of the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Number 5 in the country, 7-2. Watkins led Merrimack with 8 points. Drew Timme led the Zags with 20. I say just keep feeding him. I'd like to see Drew get like a 50-point night before he's done here at GU.
Well, that 37-point effort against Texas was pretty dang impressive earlier this season.
Third highest point total in this building.
I want to see 50.
Okay.
Here we go. Strother, Holmgren, Timme, Bolton, and Nembhard. Bolton with the defense. Timme with the rebound. Missed there by Jordan McCoy. Gonzaga with a chance. Bolton looking for his first 3. That's off. Crash of the boards. Won by Jordan Minor. Edmead, runner inside, too hard, got it back. How did he get that back? 12 on the shot clock. Strother fights through the screen. Edmead got by Timme, but missed the shot again. Timme slow to get up. Stomps on his foot. Holmgren lines up to 3 and connects. Gonzaga with their first 3-point make of the game. They're now 1 of 8.
Yeah, Holmgren now 8 of 24 on the year. About 30-some-odd%. Look,
I think Drew Timme turned his left ankle,
I like
guys.
to see that.
He's stomping on his leg over there trying to get the pain out of it, which kind of defies logic a little bit to me.
Well, he's got a little hockey in him, Greg. I'm sure he'll be fine.
No. That dude's got a lot of hockey. He'd be my centerman. That's what Drew Timme would be. I'd put him right at center. And then I put this Watkins guy on my right wing. We're looking for a left winger. We're not sure. Maybe Bolton. I think Bolton would be a good left winger. And Drew Timme will go to the free throw line. I tell you, Timmy's got a lot of Texas in him, doesn't he?
He's a tough
He's
kid.
so tough.
Tough kid.
I get the image of him that plays basketball in the weekdays and he rides bulls on the weekends.
Yeah, he twisted the ankle there.
He did. How many times do you think a high-level basketball player, how many times did you guys turn ankles, do you think, in your basketball life?
Weekly.
Yeah.
All the time.
It's an amazing joint, really. It just keeps coming back.
I still twist him now for no reason other than just walking around. As we see Timme
just missed his first free throw.
Yeah, but climbing up the charts here, double-figure scoring games, consecutively 33. It's a nice list to be on. As Holmgren with another putback, third of the night.
So Drew was 6 of 6 from the line, missed 2. But Holmgren there to help out his teammate. You get the points anyway. Watkins. 4 on the shot clock. Minor drives, put his head down into Holmgren. Never got the ball to the rim. Here's Bolton. Nembhard into the corner. Strother transition 3. Gonzaga now 2 of 9 from downtown, both coming here in the opening minutes of the second half, and they've extended their lead to 19.
Well, Strother's been playing very well as of late. Finally gets on track here. Get out in transition. Let it fly. Zags pulling away.
And welcome back to a very excited McCarthy Athletic Center. Good day to be alive. If you're a Zag fan.
Every day.
Zag up by 19, Richard. 50-31. Lead is growing. And that's probably one reason why they weren't up by 20 at the half. 0 for 8 from the three-point line. Actually 0 for 7.
0 for 6 in the first half, and then 2 of 3 here in the second half.
At this rate, you should just call it the Chet Holmgren Freshman of the Week Award.
Just name it after the guy.
Yeah.
I agree. I'd be down with that. Here's McCoy. Reed. Watkins is quick. He's everywhere on the floor.
Oh, wow, tough finish from Minor. Whoa.
Nice reverse. Minor with 9. Great feed. Strother, he'll reverse at the other end.
He can score at all 3 levels. We saw it a second ago from the three-point line in transition. He's got a pull-up game, but that's where, I mean, he differentiates himself from every other wing on this team, is his ability to get to the rim and finish with his size.
And Reed from downtown.
Second of the night, Reed, behind the arc. But for Strother, I think the next evolution is getting the line more consistent. I think it's about 3 free throws a game.
Lost the handle. Great catch. Got to get up faster. Watkins. And he lost the grip. Here's Nembhard. Strother, transition 3 on the way. Kicked out. Strother battles in the corner. Collision over there between Deering and Bolton. And a foul is called on Mikey Watkins. Jordan McCoy out of the game. So is Minor. Connolly and Jensen back on the floor for Merrimack. Nembhard lob. Missed Chet. Turnover number 9 for GU. And Strother was there to make that shot too tough for Ziggy Reed. Bolton losing the grip out of bounds. 15:37 to play. Gonzaga's lead growing, now up to 52-36 over the Merrimack Warriors, but both teams still fighting. Jordan Minor the reverse, and then Strother with a great cut, and he used the other side of the rim too.
Welcome back to the McCarthy Center here in the second half. Tonight's floss of the game is brought to you by Delta Dental. We're on a mission to help make Washington State 100% cavity free. To learn more, visit cavityfreewashington.com. Brought to you by Delta Dental of Washington, proud supporters of Healthy Smiles and your Gonzaga Bulldogs. Greg, 5.5 minutes in here in the second half. What have you seen?
I've seen a lot of good stuff. I'll tell you that. I've seen Drew Timme all world. Still perfect from the floor, 7 of 7, 20 points. Zags really heating it up on the offensive end, Dan. Starting to hit some threes, creating some turnovers, some runouts.
It's a role reversal here today.
I love it.
Yeah.
Greg Heister and Richard Fox.
I'll break it down. And Richard, the critique is in your email. Nice job on the read. But we can do better.
I'm going to get better.
Okay, Reed on the baseline. Bolton right there. Left hand won't go. And Bolton runs it down for Gonzaga with a head of steam.
My goodness.
He's so fast. Trailing. Holmgren! Another three. Jet Holmgren with 13.
Nice response from behind the arc. 0-4 the other night against Alabama. He's done a nice job of taking his time on those three-point shots. I think sometimes he gets rushed from behind the arc. Tonight, he's taken enough time to really set himself and shoot the shot.
I guess the question is, Chet's only going to play one game this week with the cancellation on Sunday. As he earns another rebound, he's got 13 and 9 now. Is one game enough to win Freshman of the Week again?
He keeps playing the way he is tonight. I would imagine so.
Here's Deering.
There's so many lofty expectations placed on him. It's impressive how well he's really acclimated himself to college basketball. Yeah, we can nitpick with different things. I do think he turns it over a little bit much at times, but they're honest mistakes trying to make plays for teammates.
I love how unselfish he is. As Timme continues his quest for perfection from the field. Again, just a quick, decisive move. A good entry pass from Nembhard. 1-2 dribbles quick over that shoulder, and that's what makes him so difficult. He can score over either shoulder, and he's got a counter or two, depending on what you do defensively.
Drew to the line, now 22 points, 8 of 8 from the floor, 6 of 8 from the line, 4 rebounds. Short on that free throw. He's missed 3 in a row now. And Hunter Salas runs down the long
Jinx,
rebound.
Greg, you mentioned it. I know I did. I think Richard did from the line.
Yeah.
We apologize, Drew.
Strother. Merrimack basketball. What is the magic at the free throw line? How can you hit 7 in a row? How can this team be so good tonight? 14 of 19, but shot 55% over 2 games. Is it a lack of concentration? What is it?
I mean, a lot of it is just
Rhythm? What is it?
you know, stepping up with confidence and doing your free throw routine the same thing over and over again, whether it's the first possession of the game or whether it's, you know, a tight ball game down the stretch with fans hollering at you.
Hickman.
Baseline, guys.
And the foul call. Foul called on Connolly. It's number 3, Timme with the catch, trying to create space. Ball was poked away, and now Nolan Hickman with it. Drew is so tough. Strother 3. Julian
Strother with a knockdown, but that was tremendous creation off the pick and roll from Hickman. Snake dribble, off of that pick and roll and then collapse the D in the find.
He just sees the floor so well for a young guard.
12:40 to play. Three on the way off the line by Michael Deering. Merrimack just 2 of 14 shooting this second half, 1 of 6 from behind the three-point line. Wow. And Strother 2 more. He's got 12.
How about the pass?
Well, you guys were
Who's
both
that
high
from?
on Watson in the first half. He's continued a nice evening.
Anton Watson's a baller. 12:05 to go. Jensen and Drew Timme, his 6th rebound. Timme tried to go to Watson. Turnover number 12 for GU. 62-36 the score. Anton Watson dropping dimes. Julian Strother the finish. And welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center. 62-36 our score. Take a look at what's going on around the rest of this league. Chet Holmgren, 4-time freshman player of the week. USF, we know they've got good players. They're 10-0. Best start since 76-77. And Courtney Vandersloot, the great Courtney Vandersloot. Her jersey will be retired on December the 30th. What a great player in Gonzaga's history. Called a lot of her games back in the day. She and Heather Bowman were awesome. There you see John Stockton's number retired. Adam Morrison up there. I'm sure someday Dan Dickow will be up there.
Don't put my name in that conversation, Greg.
Oh, well, that's for one of our podcasts. Let's get on the podcast so we can have that discussion live.
Next week, let's do it, fellas.
Yeah, I'm in.
All right, I'm in.
Merrimack now without a field goal in 5 minutes.
Well, I want to go back to the WCC. There are 4 really good teams at the top of this conference. USF, you mentioned 10-0. Jamari Bouye, I mean, he comes back for next year for Todd Golden. He is playing extremely well.
Ed Mead. Great leave. Shot missed by Watkins. And Holmgren takes it away. Chet now a double-double. 13 points, 10 rebounds, and once again the WCC Player of the Week.
The Chet Holmgren freshman of the week.
Anton Watson spins baseline, won't go. Holmgren another rebound, tried to flush it, it's poked away. And now Edmead. Reed transition 3. Boy, he gets that shot off quick. Doesn't need Ziggy Reed.
No hesitation either for a guy who shoots 21% from behind the three-point line tonight. He's taken 8 3-point shots.
It's a good name too, Ziggy Reed. Strother, deep 3, short. Anton Watson, rebound, put back. Anton with 7 points. 6 rebounds, 4 assists.
So well-rounded.
Zag's done a good job on Minor tonight. 9 points, but on 4 of 13 shooting.
Averaging 18 over the last 5, as Dan said in the first half.
That's a thick kid. Another block for Holmgren. Minor got it back and somehow dropped it through. And a chance for 3. How did that even get up there?
Just muscled it up through Holmgren. Here's the initial block from Holmgren. 50-50 play here, and Minor ends up with it and goes up strong right through Holmgren. There you see they move Holmgren off the block and able to knock down the layup.
Chet with 4 blocks in this game. 9:26 to play. Zags 9 of 15 this half, 60%, 23 of 41, 56% for the game. Of course, that game on Sunday canceled against the University of Washington. The Huskies will not be coming to Spokane. Texas Tech up next, December the 18th, and Northern Arizona. North Alabama. Then they begin West Coast Conference play on the 30th of December down in San Diego, California. I know Richard and I will be there. I'm not sure about Dan.
I will as well. I got word on my
crossing borders, I think.
Schedule. I will be there today.
You will be there?
I will be there.
Hey,
yeah, nice.
celebration in San Diego.
Absolutely.
Cheesecake Factory, is that where we're headed? Well,
Sounds
Chauncey
good.
Jones, I know that's where he's going to lead the group.
Well, you can't go wrong at the Cheesecake Factory. Those portions. I know you're on a diet starting today.
Well,
I don't know if I was supposed to share that, but
no, you know, the Cheesecake Factory has been tradition over the years for this broadcast team when we go to the Slim Jim, because we go to the Slim Jim and then we go right to the Cheesecake Factory. Jordan Miner at the line.
When's Spokane going to get a Cheesecake Factory? That is a kind of franchise restaurant that would do well here.
I'm not sure Cheesecake's trying to expand right now.
Chick-fil-A is doing phenomenal on the north side.
Hunter Salas to Hickman. There's Watson now. Oh, what a find to Strother. And a chance for three. That's dynamic and beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, he understands. He's been in the program now for 3 years, does Watson. He understands where the situation should occur against the zone, and Richard just kind of gave me a ball fake action here on broadcast row, and he's exactly right. Shift the defense with a ball fake and then find your teammate.
I just wish there was a camera on us.
How was my technique on that?
Yeah, it was good, Richard.
No, but it is the simplest thing to do, and Watson is the most consistent of GU's guys of using that ball fake, particularly against a zone defense, and it does wonders. It just shifts the defense enough to open up those passing lanes.
Well, great coaching at the high school level from Matty McIntyre at G-Prep, as well as John Stockton in the AAU ranks. John Stockton was known for great ball fakes. All-time assist leader.
There wasn't anything he didn't do well, was there?
No.
Hickman. 12 on the shot clock. Bounce to Watson. Pass was poked. Nice feed up. And the finish by Miner. How about that pass in transition from Edmead?
Off a turnover for GU. Gonzaga now with 15 turnovers.
Eighth straight game for Gonzaga guys with 10 or more turnovers.
Coach Few telling Andrew Nemhart, settle down. I don't think it's necessarily settle down. It's make the correct play. I mean, he tried to thread it through a small window at chest height. He'd throw that up towards the rim where only Watson could have caught and finished, or kick it out to the three-point shooters.
Bolton's three. Long. Miner battles for the rebound. Outlet to Deering. Left it for Reed. Under 8 to play. Gonzaga looking for their 8th victory of the season. Purdue losing tonight against Rutgers. Will the Zags be moving back up in the polls come Monday? Hickman's shot is off. Watson the offensive rebound and put back. Anton Watson with 9 points.
8 rebounds as well. Closing in on a second Zag to have a double-double.
You don't have to call a play for the kid.
No, you're right.
Guys, and talking more about turnovers, Gonzaga with 15, but their bigs, Chet Holmgren and Drew Timme, with 8 of those 15 between the two of them.
Yeah, and that's been an issue all year.
And that shot was affected by Holmgren. He'll do that far more than block shots in a game.
He'll just alter.
The fake missed the 3. Watson pokes it back out to him. Chet now. Hickman's 3 is off. And the rebound into the corner to Ziggy Reed.
That's the difference. That three-point shot for Holmgren. He's got two bodies near him. He's got an open guy on the wing, just that extra pass. The first 2 threes he knocked down, he's wide open, can take his time.
Drew Timme will be checking back in with 22 points for GU. Next whistle is Watkins. Reed runs down the errant dribble. And now the drive, and Watson with the block shot, but foul is called. And slow to get up is Ziggy Reed, but man, Watson right up there to high point that ball. Anton Watson having a great game tonight for GU. 9 points, 3 of 6 shooting, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Getting it done on the glass. 69-44. 6:26 to play. Gonzaga 69, Merrimack the Warriors 44. Greg Heister, Dan Dickow, Richard Fox. Gentlemen, let's talk about turnovers now. 15 for GU. Well, and they're going to win tonight, obviously, but there's stuff to coach.
Yeah, look, 15, averaging 15 a game the last 3, giving up 20 points a game off those turnovers. It's been the same story tonight. 15 turnovers, Merrimack with 14 points off those turnovers. And look, Merrimack's playing their heart out, but that zone doesn't exactly apply a ton of pressure. A lot of these turnovers are just careless, foolish turnovers, quite frankly.
Well, they're trying to throw the ball in a small window. And we touched on it a minute ago. When Watson had a great play with a ball fake, quick ball fake, shift the defense and get it to an open man and let them make the next correct decision.
And it's been evident tonight against this zone, that high post area. If you're Holmgren, Timme, or Watson, you've got to make yourself bigger. Get your hands up, make yourself available. So often, if you watch them in this offense, those bigs, when they're in the high post, their hands are down by their waist. You know this, Dan. You've got to provide the guard with the target.
Yes. Well, and as a guard who's truly in control of the game and the possession, you're not throwing the ball if you don't think the person is ready to catch it.
Ziggy Reed with 13 points. How do you handle it with your team? If they're a bit turnover prone, how do you fix that? A lot of veteran players on this floor. Here's Holmgren's 3.
I think what do you do? It's done in practice with drill work of putting them in situations where they have to read and react, make the correct decision, showing them a lot of film. That was actually a set coming out of that timeout. They tried to run a lob to Hunter Salas, something that we did to Casey Calvary way back when. Merrimack did a nice job taking it away.
With another 3. Look, hey, at some point it's on you.
Me?
No, the player.
Yes,
oh, okay. You were looking at me.
No, but it's just, it's always the staff's got to do this, and Coach Few needs to say this. No. At some point, you're here for a reason. You're good. You can't make these mistakes.
Holmgren got his own miss back, dumped it through.
I mean, I can show you the film. I can show you the team scoring off the turnovers, but until you take ownership and value in the basketball, it's going to be a problem.
You know the other way that coaches can get players' attention? Here's the bench. Have a seat. Or give someone else a turn.
I had a coach who loved to use the baseline. Go run.
Which was
baseline.
The worst thing, right?
Well, there was a Arkansas Pine Bluff the other day, timeout. Their coach made 4 or 5 guys run sprints.
Yeah.
That is unheard of, and that is a
during the game.
Much.
During the game.
That's a bit ridiculous.
And Salas moving well without the ball in the finish.
He's really done a nice job of learning. The ball's not going to be in your hand a ton this year. Find opportunistic chances to score just such as that.
He's a different talent than, say, a guy like Watson, but he approaches the game a lot like Anton does now, which is, I'm not going to get a lot of stuff called for me. I've got to find other ways to make an impact.
Watkins had to go way up over Holmgren with that attempt. Nembhard finds Bolton in transition. Holmgren crashes the board, missed it. And now Drew Timme tying up Watkins. And the possession arrow will keep it with GU. 3:58 to play. And we are at a timeout. 73-49 our score. Holmgren, the vision to Hunter Salas. Freshman to freshman. .358 to play. Gonzaga 73, Merrimack 49. Backflips are so impressive. Here's some cool numbers. Chet Holmgren, guys, with 13 rebounds. Merrimack as a team has 19.
It's been dominant on the glass, plus 31 as a team. Yes. I don't know if I've ever seen that number, plus 31. Granted, me as a guard, I never really focused on the rebound numbers like you would have.
No, plus 30 is a big number. Holmgren 6 offensive rebounds, Merrimack just 7 collectively.
Good defense there on the inbound by Ziggy Reed to deflect it.
So that
back out of bounds.
Your eye goes to Hickman, but that's not on Hickman. That's on Watson creating that space and creating an area for the ball to go.
Holmgren the catch. And now Nolan Hickman sets up the offense. Salas tries to set the screen. Bolton. Rozier behind the back into the lane. And another turnover. Possession arrow gives it to Merrimack. Just a held ball. Steal by Merrimack. Boys credited. Zags with 16 turnovers now. Edmead.
Oh, nice pass.
Great pass. Holmgren tried to block it, but fouled Jordan Minor. And Minor now, guys, creeping up there with 14 points, 6 rebounds. He's ended up having a good night.
Yeah, Minor in the first half struggled 3 of 11 here in the second half, and much more efficient. Now 6 of 17.
Chet Holmgren with his 14th rebound. Warriors getting after these Gonzaga guards. Holmgren can't handle that pass. Another turnover. Minor missing that. Holmgren tipped it to himself. Gonzaga now has tied their season high with 17 turnovers. Ben Gregg up off the bench. He'll come in, sorry.
With that Husky game canceled due to COVID within the Husky program, there's going to be a lot of film. There's going to be a lot of breakdowns. There's going to be a lot of work done before they play Texas Tech in Phoenix.
Bolton from the baseline. Tough angle. Rozier Bolton with 6. Gonzaga up by 25. Gonzaga shooting 51% now for the game. Minor banged into Holmgren and scored.
That's what you do with the shot blocker. Go right at his chest, try to get him off balance.
Minor's huge, 6'8", 240.
He's a good player. 3rd-team all-conference last year.
And nearly another turnover there. Minor out of Kingston, Massachusetts. Holmgren, Bolton, Watson, all out of the game. Arlauskas, Ben Gregg, Matthew Lang on the floor for GU. Well, guys, Gonzaga's got, what, 9 days of practice now before they have to play Texas Tech.
Well, sometimes what you need is a break. In other words, maybe it's just a couple days, like, don't touch the ball, get out of the gym, find something else to do. You know, the season can grind on you some.
Hunter Salas on the move, spinning, ducks in, hits the leaner. That's good.
This is going to be really, really good.
Yes.
That's really good.
I know Richard Fox was buying stock in Omar Ballo a season ago. I'm buying stock in Hunter Salas.
Yeah, way to go out on a limb, Dan.
Yeah, exactly. Real brave.
Yeah, McDonald's All-American. Gonzaga Hoops play of the game brought to you by Multicare Health System. To stay in the game, Multicare's team of doctors, nurses, and specialists partner with you all season long. We give it to Mr. Anton Watson and his assists in this game.
5 of them tonight. He's done a really good job against his zone, just using the ball fake and kind of shifting that defense. 5 assists for Watson, only 1 turnover.
Finished with 9 points, 10 rebounds. Those 10 rebounds tying a career high. Ended up 2 assists shy of a career high. Great all-around game for Anton Watson. And after what he suffered through with those shoulder injuries, pretty cool to see him evolve and become the player that he wanted to become.
Yeah, and to be doing it in your hometown.
Yeah. Ed Mead. That shot for 3 is off by Ryan Isaacson. Joe Few with the basketball. Here's Matthew Lang. Few. Will Graves. Graves dialing up the 3 ball. Brought the rain. Gonzaga to 80. Ed Mead at the other end. He answers right back. That's going to be our final score, 80-55. Gonzaga with 3 players in double figures. Julian Strother, Drew Timme, Chet Holmgren. 57 consecutive games now won here in this building. Tip your cap to Merrimack. They played themselves proud tonight, in my opinion. Played hard the entire game.
They did. They play a unique style, as we mentioned throughout the night, as far as all zone, and it would get extended at times. But lots of positives for Gonzaga, but there's still lots of things to clean up. In particular, the turnovers we mentioned. They didn't shoot it great from the perimeter. But at this point of the season, after going through a gauntlet of a schedule, a win's a win, continue to improve.
All right, we'll take a timeout. A lot more to come from the McCarthy Athletic Center. I'm being told a couple of interviews when we come back. And welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center. Gonzaga with another victory on this season, 80-55, the final score over Merrimack, the Warriors. Greg Heister, Dan Dickow, Richard Fox, and I believe Chet Holmgren has joined us. Chet, can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Well, assess the game for us. Another victory. Tell us about it.
Yeah, you know, we just tried to come out here, get a victory, and that's what we did. The other team's an all-zone team, so it's definitely a different look for us. We're a young team figuring things out. You know, we made some mistakes tonight, but we also had a lot of great plays and had a lot of people step up. And, you know, Anton had a great game tonight, and I'm proud of him, proud of the team, and we got the victory.
When you prepare for a game such as Merrimack, as you mentioned, plays so much zone, you're a player who can go inside out. What was Coach Few's message or directives for you to find gaps in that zone?
Yeah, just like you said, find gaps in the zone and, you know, be versatile. You know, don't let the other team, you know what you're going to do and try and find the middle of the zone, get the ball there, and then, you know, find our top-down looks to Drew. You know, he had a great game, great first half. Really kept us in there in the first half. And then, you know, find shooters. We were missing shots in the first half, but we started knocking down in the second half and pulled away.
All right, Chet, some life stuff. How's it going in Spokane? You having a blast here?
Oh, I love it here. Glad I came here. Yep.
Yeah, what do you love about it?
Love the people, all the fans, you know, the coaching staff, my friends on the team, all my teammates, you know, all the way from, you know, the starters all the way down to the walk-ons. You know, love them all, love this place.
You got a favorite restaurant yet in Spokane?
Not a single one. There's a few good ones.
There's a lot of good ones, yeah.
I've tried a few. So.
Yeah, good. Okay. The expectations on this team, Jet, #1 coming in. Obviously, you're the #1 recruit, and everybody's talking national championship or bust for Gonzaga. You've had a couple of losses, and it seemed to take like the air out of the fan base. But a long way to go, and I know this is a process, so give us an idea where you believe this team is right now.
Right now we're a young team, like I said, figuring things out, but the sky's the limit for this team. We come to practice every day to work hard and, get ready for the end of the year in March. That's just what we're focused on. We're not focused on, what other people are saying, anything about the fan base. We know the fans love us, and when we're winning, they're going to be there for us. We're just coming to practice every day, working to get ready for March.
What has been the biggest adjustment for you as far as going from high school where you were so dominant to now the college level where physically the game is quicker, it's more demanding? What's been the biggest adjustment?
The biggest adjustment is just, getting used to a new system with a new group of guys and, kind of feeling my way out, through that with Drew and Anton, a lot of great players, just, finding where I fit in and, helping make this team as good as I can.
Jet, congratulations. 26 minutes tonight, 15 rebounds, 15 points, 4 blocks. Way to go.
Thank you very much.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Another win for the Zags. And Chet Holmgren. Time now to announce tonight's player of the game presented by A to Z Rental. No job too big or too small. With 8 convenient locations, we run everything. Let A to Z Rental be your most valuable player. We've got co-players tonight. Drew Timme, Chet Holmgren. 22 points for Drew, 8 of 8 from the floor. Chet Holmgren, 15 points, 15 rebounds, 4 blocks. We could have thrown Anton Watson up there as well. He had a great all-around game tonight for the Gonzaga Bulldogs. So, guys, the turnovers, right? There's a lot to coach, but we got to find perspective on all of this, right? Because I think everybody expects #1 in the country, #1 recruit, Drew Timme, the preseason favorite to win Player of the Year. They should be beating everybody by 50. It just doesn't happen in college.
No, and the turnover issue is correctable,
yes,
which is the good news. In other words, this is a talented group. Guys know how to play, just they're making some mistakes now, but they can correct this over time. It'd be one thing if you had a talent deficit. That is not a problem. It's just about tightening things up a little bit on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, I think for me, when you look at today's game, I like this game for the fact it's going to prepare you for other games down the conference stretch where teams might junk up the defense, but probably it's going to prepare you for the NCAA tournament. What if you run into a team that plays exclusively zone and you've got to prepare for them on a quick turnaround? At least you have a different style that you've had to prepare for and you can look back on over the course of the year.
It's another Division I victory by 25 points, 80-55 the final tonight. And Gonzaga now will turn their attention to Texas Tech. Gentlemen, a little different test coming up for the Zags. They don't get the University of Washington on Sunday to practice more. But now they've got to do it against each other here on this floor in preparation of their next showdown. For Richard Fox, Dan Dickow, I'm Greg Heiser. For the rest of our crew, good night from the McCarthy Athletic Center. Gonzaga winners again, 80-55 the final. They're now 8-2 on the year.